Europe, known as the continent of history, the land of cities, wars, and empires. But there is another face of this continent, beyond the borders drawn on maps, deep inside the forests, on the silent peaks of mountains. Time continues to flow, independent of humans. And here, a natural order has remained unchanged for millions of years: wild nature. Today, we are looking into this silent but powerful world of Europe, and we are discovering 10 extraordinary species that have managed to survive here. 10. Brown bear, one of the oldest inhabitants of European forests. Brown bear. The brown bear is not only defined by its physical strength, but also by its role in the ecosystem. While roaming deep within forests, it constantly leaves a mark. It turns the soil, spreads seeds, and shapes the environment. But its most impressive trait is its survival strategy. When winter arrives, the world changes for it. Food becomes scarce, temperatures drop, nature slows down, and the bear responds by shutting down. Its metabolism drops to a minimum, entering months of silence. This is not sleep. This is the most primitive and effective form of survival. 9. Gray wolf, one of Europe's most organized predators. Gray wolf. The wolf does not rely on individual strength, but on collective intelligence. A pack is essentially a family structure, and within this structure every individual has a role. Hunting is not a random attack. It is a calculated process. The target is selected, the pursuit begins, energy is managed, and at the critical moment, the attack is executed with perfect coordination. Because of this, the wolf is not just a predator in nature, but a strategic organization. 8. Eurasian lynx, the most silent presence of the forest. Eurasian lynx. The lynx is not evolved to be seen, but to disappear. It is almost impossible to notice, because its movements produce no sound. Its steps leave no trace. By the time you realize it is there, it is usually already too late. The lynx uses not speed, but the moment. It lives in that thin line where milliseconds decide everything. 7. Red fox, one of Europe's most adaptive species. Red fox. The fox does not resist a changing world. Instead, it adapts. It lives in forests, in farmlands, and even inside cities. This adaptability makes it one of the most successful small predators in Europe. But its real strength is not physical. It is cognitive flexibility. It solves problems, learns, and changes its behavior. 6. European badger, an engineer living beneath the ground. European badger. The tunnels dug by badgers are not just shelters. They are complex underground systems used across generations. With chambers, passages, and exits, they form an entire underground ecosystem. And this structure is not just physical protection, it is a survival strategy. 5. Alpine ibex, a species living at the limits of gravity. Alpine ibex. The alpine ibex moves on surfaces that seem impossible for the human eye. Even on nearly vertical cliffs, it maintains perfect balance. This ability is not luck. Evolution has made it not only strong, but also a precise balance specialist. 4. European bison, the largest land mammal of the continent. European bison. It once stood on the edge of extinction. Human hunting and habitat loss nearly erased it completely. But thanks to a few remaining individuals, the species was brought back. Today, as it walks through European forests again, we are not just seeing an animal. We are witnessing the return of an entire ecosystem. 3. Eurasian otter, a predator living between water and land. Eurasian otter, at the surface the otter looks like it is playing. But underwater a very different reality exists. Speed, precision, and reflex. It can even use water currents to hunt fish efficiently. Its world exists in the invisible layers of rivers. 2. Golden eagle, the absolute ruler of the skies. Golden eagle. The golden eagle is one of Europe's top aerial predators. Its vision is not just for seeing, but for understanding distance. Once it locks onto its target, the sky becomes its battlefield. Its dive is one of nature's most precise attacks. 1. European hedgehog, a small but perfectly designed defense system. European hedgehog. The hedgehog relies not on strength, but on strategy. When threatened, it curls into a tight ball, and this simple action protects it from most predators, but its ecological role is far greater. It controls insect populations and helps maintain soil health. Outro Europe's wildlife is often overlooked because human stories are louder. But deep inside forests, in the silence of mountains, and in the flow of rivers, another story continues to exist, older, slower, and far deeper. If you want to continue exploring this world, you can comment which continent or era you want in the next video. And remember, nature is never silent. We just need to learn how to listen.